What if the dream of owning a home in America isn't just fading, it's being rewritten in ways no one expected? In 2025, home prices have soared to record highs while wages lag far behind, leaving families wondering how something as basic as shelter became a luxury. The headlines talk about recovery and growth. But behind the scenes, millions are struggling just to keep up. So, what's really happening in America's housing market? And why does it feel like the rules have changed for everyone? The affordability squeeze. Across the United States, the cost of a home has skyrocketed far beyond what most families can afford. The median price now sits around $412,500, up nearly 60% since 2019, while wages have only increased about 25%. That gap leaves everyday Americans trapped between rent hikes and impossible mortgage payments. More than half of renters now spend over 30% of their income on housing, and millions have no affordable options at all. Rising material costs, labor shortages, and higher interest rates have only made things worse. For many, buying feels like chasing a moving target. This isn't just a market issue, it's reshaping lifestyles, delaying families, and redefining what the American dream even means today. The inventory puzzle. You might hear that more homes are hitting the market, but here's the twist: many aren't selling. Inventory has grown roughly 20% since last year, yet much of it sits unsold for months. Why? Most homeowners are locked in to ultra-low mortgage rates from the past and won't trade them for today's 6 to 7% rates. Meanwhile, new construction is climbing, but builders focus on high-end projects, not affordable starter homes. This mismatch creates a strange mix: more listings but fewer real options. Cities like Minneapolis or Tampa are seeing some relief, but in California or New York, the crunch remains brutal. Until more affordable homes are built, this so-called inventory growth is mostly an illusion. Cracking the myths. The internet is full of housing myths that keep people confused or scared to act. One popular claim says the market is about to crash, but experts disagree. With demand still high and supply tight, a 2008-style meltdown is highly unlikely. Another myth is that you need 20% down to buy a home. That's false. Government programs like FHA loans start at just 3.5%. Renting, too, has its myths. Some say it's always cheaper, but rent prices often outpace inflation. And while home values won't skyrocket forever, slow and steady growth remains the trend. The key takeaway? Ignore fear-driven headlines, do your research, and approach the market with facts, not internet rumors or viral panic posts. The investor effect. While families save for years to buy a house, massive investment firms are quietly buying entire neighborhoods. These institutional investors, armed with billions, often pay in cash and outbid local buyers. In some markets, 1 out of every 5 homes is owned by corporate landlords, turning the dream of ownership into a rental business model. This shift has pushed prices higher and locked out first-time buyers. Critics say it's unfair. Housing is becoming a wealth tool for companies instead of families. Others argue investors provide rental stability. Either way, it's changing the housing landscape. Wall Street's presence means fewer affordable homes, tighter competition, and a growing divide between those who can buy and those who never will. The policy problem. Behind every expensive neighborhood or zoning gridlock is a web of policies that shape the housing market. Strict local zoning often bans apartments in single-family areas, limiting new supply and keeping prices high. Mortgage tax deductions favor owners while renters get no equivalent benefit. Federal shutdowns sometimes freeze FHA and USDA loans, delaying thousands of deals. On the brighter side, opportunity zones and green energy credits help some buyers invest smartly or cut energy costs. Yet these efforts barely scratch the surface. Until zoning rules modernize and funding for affordable construction expands, the affordability crisis will persist. Real change requires political will, because housing isn't just economics, it's a reflection of national priorities and fairness. Regional reality check. Not every part of America faces the same housing nightmare. The Midwest still offers hope, with cities like Pittsburgh, St. Louis, and Minneapolis showing steady prices and realistic incomes. In these regions, a decent home can still be found under $300,000. The South is also drawing buyers. Texas, Georgia, and the Carolinas are booming with migration and job growth. However, not all that glitters is gold. Cities like Austin or Miami are quickly catching up to coastal prices. Meanwhile, California and New York remain painfully unaffordable for average earners. Americans are moving inland in record numbers, trading long commutes for lower costs. The future of affordability might belong to smaller cities reinventing the meaning of home. How innovation is changing the future of housing. Builders across America are experimenting with creative solutions to fight back against high costs. Modular homes, prefab designs, and even 3D printed houses are becoming viable, affordable alternatives. These methods use less labor, waste fewer materials, and build faster than traditional models. Some cities are embracing missing middle housing, duplexes, townhomes, and accessory dwelling units that fit between apartments and single-family houses. Others are rewriting zoning laws to allow shared living communities or backyard rentals. Sustainability also leads the way. Energy-efficient, solar-powered homes sell faster and cost less to maintain. The message is clear. America doesn't just need more homes. It needs smarter, more flexible ones that adapt to modern lifestyles and environmental challenges alike. The rental struggle. For millions of Americans, renting has become a financial trap instead of a temporary step toward owning a home. Nationwide, over half of renters are now cost-burdened, spending more than 30% of their income on rent, while many spend nearly half. Despite a slight rise in vacancies, rents remain stubbornly high, especially in cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Miami. With fewer affordable units available, families are forced into smaller spaces or shared housing. Young adults delay independence, and older renters struggle to downsize. The rental crisis highlights a painful truth. Housing security shouldn't be a luxury, but for many, it's becoming harder to achieve each year. How the housing crisis impacts everyday lives. The housing crisis reaches far beyond numbers. It deeply affects how people live, dream, and plan for the future. Families are delaying major life decisions like having children or retiring, while young adults stay with parents longer than ever before. Constant rent hikes and financial pressure create anxiety, stress, and even health problems. Many feel trapped, unable to move or save for a better life. Communities change as longtime residents are pushed out, breaking social bonds that once offered support. Yet amid the struggle, resilience shines. People are finding creative housing solutions and refusing to give up on stability, dignity, and home. Thriving in today's market. So what's next for America's housing market? Experts expect a period of gradual stabilization, not a crash. Mortgage rates might ease closer to 5.5% by the end of 2025, giving buyers slight relief. Home prices may grow modestly, around 3%, as supply improves. For renters, a small rise in vacancies could mean better deals or negotiation power. Smart buyers are focusing on realistic budgets, creative financing, and overlooked neighborhoods. Sellers must stay flexible, pricing homes competitively to attract offers. The future belongs to those who adapt, because in this market, survival isn't enough. With the right mindset, you can still thrive. America's real estate story isn't just about numbers. It's about people trying to hold on to hope in a changing world. Prices rise, policies shift, and the dream of homeownership keeps evolving. But with knowledge, strategy, and patience, you can still find your place in this market. What part of today's truth surprised you most? Share your thoughts below. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay informed and inspired.